Today I'm talking about numbers and numerations. Under numbers and numerations, I'll talk about the real number system and what make up the real number system. What are numbers and numerals? Numbers are concepts or ideas or quantities, while numerals are symbols used to represent numbers. Examples of numbers and numerals. Age is a number. Let's assume the age is 45 years. This 45 years representing this age is the numeral. Height is a number. Let's assume we measure the height and it was discovered to be 1.8 meter. This 1.8 meter is a numeral. Mass is a number. Let's assume when we measure this mass, we have the value 23 kilogram. This 23 kilogram is a numeral. We have so many examples. So find them out and tell me at the comment section. We have to note that numbers and numerals can be used interchangeably. You can use numbers in place of numerals, and you can use numerals in place of numbers. What are the types of numbers that we have? We have the rational and the irrational numbers. The rational and the irrational numbers make up the real number system. So what are rational numbers? Rational numbers are numbers that can be expressed as fractions. Can express rational numbers as fractions like this: a over b, where a is an integer, b is an integer, but b is never equals to 0. If b is equals to 0, it becomes undefined. Types of rational numbers that we have the positive integers. A type of rational numbers we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are the positive integers. We can express them as fractions. 1 over 1, 2 over 1, 3 over 1, 4 over 1. That's how we express it as fractions up to 9. We have to know that any number divided by 1 is equals to that number. Any number divided by 1 is equals to that number. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 2 divided by 1 is 2. 3 divided by 1 is 3. 4 divided by 1 is 4. Another type of rational numbers we have are the negative integers. We can also express the negative integers as fractions, just the way we express the positive integers as fractions. Negative integers: minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1. Can express them as fractions like this: minus 5 over 1, minus 4 over 1, minus 3 over 1. That's how we express the fraction. We can also express another type of rational number as fractions, such as the 0. Can be expressed as fractions like this: 0 over 1, which gives us 0. Can express it as fractions like this. For more understanding of fractions, we can make use of this illustration diagram here. Can look at this illustration diagram. Let's look at it together. This square was divided into 3 parts. This square figure was divided into 3 parts. But this colored part were taken off. So the fraction taken off is 2 over 3. Or was the fraction taken off? What about this rectangle divided into 4 parts, and the part was taken off, colored? So the fraction taken off is 1 over 4. What about this circle divided into 4 parts? A part was taken off. This colored part was taken off. So the part taken off, the fraction taken off is 1 over 4. It's 1 over 4. Look at this circle. This circle was divided into 2 parts, and the part was taken off. The part taken off is 1 over 2. This rectangle was divided into 3 parts. A part colored was taken off. So the part taken off, which is a fraction, is equals to 1 over 3. So let's continue with, let's represent the positive integers, negative integers as 0 with a number line. This is a number line. We have negative integers to positive integers represented on the number line. All these are the integers. Then counting numbers are from 0 to 9. Counting numbers from 0 to 9, we have it as a counting numbers. We can call it natural numbers. We can call it whole numbers. Some mathematicians will start from 0 to 9, while some will start from 1. So whichever one you see, they are all correct. So what are the types of natural numbers that we have? We have the even numbers. You say these are natural numbers divisible by 2 without a remainder. The even numbers are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. They increase by 2. So what is the next after 10? Just pause the video. What is the number after 10? The number after 10 is 12. So that's how it continues. When they are divisible by 2, there is no remainder. 2 divided by 2 will give you 1. 4 divided by 2 will give you 2. 6 divided by 2 will give you 3. 8 divided by 2 will give you 4. 10 divided by 2 will give you 5. That's how they continue. No remainder. Odd numbers are the opposite of even numbers. Odd numbers are natural numbers that are divisible by 2 with a remainder. Odd numbers, we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. There are so many. They increase by 2. We have 1. When you add 1 to 2, you have 3. So that's how they increase. So what is the next odd number after 9? Just pause the video and answer the question. What is the next number after 9? So the number is 11. That's how they continue. So when you divide 1 by 2, you have 0.5. When you divide 3 by 2, you have 1.5. When you divide 5 by 2, you have 2.5. When you divide 7 by 2, you have 3.5. When you divide 9 by 2, you have 4.5. So a remainder of 0.5. So this 0.5 is equals to 1 over 2. Let's move on now to the rational numbers that we have. And to another type of rational numbers we have the terminating decimals. So before I continue with this terminating decimal, when we say decimals, what do we actually mean? And what do they stand for? What do they represent? Well, decimals are used to show parts or fractions of a whole number. The whole number is separated from the fractions by a decimal point. Let's go back to these terminating decimals. So the terminating decimal, when you divide 3 by 4, you have 0.75. 0 is separated from 75 by decimal point. That is why they are decimals. We have 0 whole number and 75. So why is it terminated decimal? It is terminated decimal because when you divide 3 by 4, you have the exact answer 0.75. When you divide 4 by 5, you have the answer 0.8. When you divide 5 by 4, you have the answer 1.25. So let's move to another type of rational numbers. We have the repeating decimals. We have know what decimal is all about now. So what is repeating decimal? Well, when you divide 1 by 3, we have 0.333. They repeat themselves in a given pattern. When you divide 5 by 3, we have 1.6666. It is in a given pattern. When you divide 9 by 36, you have 0.136363. It moves in a given pattern, continues in a given pattern. So when you see numbers like this, repeating decimals or terminating decimals like this, you know they are rational numbers. So what are irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are the opposite of rational numbers. You cannot express irrational numbers as fractions, just the way you express irrational numbers. You cannot express irrational numbers as like this, a over b, just the way we express the rational numbers. Examples of these irrational numbers, we have the pi. The value of pi is 3.141592656. You cannot express it. You cannot express it as fractions. We have the non-perfect square roots. These are the non-perfect square roots. We have square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5, square root of 6, square root of 7, and so on. They are all non-perfect square root. You can never express them as fractions. These non-perfect square roots, they are the opposite of perfect square root. Perfect square root are like this. Square root of 4 is equals to 2. 4 is a perfect square root. Square root of 4 is a perfect square root. Because when you the answer will give you 2. This square root of 9 is a perfect square root because the value will give you 3. And the value you get can be expressed as fractions. For this non-perfect square root, you can never express it as fractions. You can never express this non-perfect square root as fractions. So when you see things like this, they are called irrational numbers. And we have to note that irrational numbers never end and never repeat. This is where I end my lecture today. Stay tuned to this channel for more educational videos. Thank you for listening.